Well, welcome back everybody. Jughead here. Welcome to the second half of our journey from Anchorage to Williston, North Dakota. The juice from the battery provided by Stoddards flowing through those relays from Lamar allowed that lightweight Skytech starter just to spin this motor so easy. The electronic mags fired her off, and that old Marvel Schreiber carburetor had her just running as smooth as can be, as those Tempest plugs just kept her purring. Thanks for these great sponsors for bringing together this one-of-a-kind power plant.
Good morning, everybody. It is August the 5th. Morning of the 5th. We are just waking up, got camp torn down, a little bit of breakfast in us. We're waiting on the fuel providers to show up here at Fort St. John. Travis is just going to taxi over to the fuel. We're gonna head on home. We got about 750 nautical miles to go today, so that turns into 3 really easy legs, or we could make it 2 longer legs, but we'll probably take it easy, make it 3 shorter legs, get in some more training along the way. Beautiful night last night. Had a nice evening, getting some hockey in, some good food, a little bit of beverage. Perfect sleeping weather, light sleeping bags, didn't even put the covers on the tents. And woke up this morning to Air Canada going out at 5 a.m. But those back off, and now we're just waiting. We should be airborne just after 7. We'll keep everybody updated today. Thanks for following along. Thanks to Alaska Airmen's Association, all the great sponsors. Flylight, they were great products last night. We loved having those lights under the wings. Thanks, Jay. See y'all. I almost wish it was cold, just so we could see just how beautifully this Tannis engine heater works.
The windscreen and bubble side windows were absolutely great to look through as we went out across the plains. Thanks to Great Lakes Aerials for these products.
Well, good morning, everybody here. Just wanted to give everybody talk a little about some of the great systems in this 180, and we're going to focus on the panel this morning. I've got the camera running up over my shoulder, so hopefully that's showing everything. We're going to start over here with this great JPI engine data monitor, and boy, it's been really nice. It got it set over here on the co-pilot side, but even from the left-hand side with my old eyes, it's been no problem to read it. Got a couple really nice features on it. It's very intuitive to use if you've used any of their prior products or any really engine monitor. It makes a lot of sense. I love how everything that I need for the entire engine, manifold pressure, RPM, of course, all 6 cylinders for cylinder head temp and EGT. Got my electrical and fuel right down the right center. And then over here, engine criticalities. We got oil temps, oil pressure, carb temp, fuel flow, and fuel quantities. Been a great system to monitor this engine. Brand new engine, so we did just finish the break-in up in Alaska.
That is 3-2, expect to...
All right, so another great feature of this airplane, we've got two Dynon Skyview systems. We've got the 8.5 or 9-inch, let's see, 8, and then so the HDX 800 and the HDX 1100. While they're set up to repeat right now, you can modify them to give one primary flight display, one primary engine displays, or navigation displays, or a combination. What's really nice about them, this is the first time I've ever flown with the Dynon system. And even though Dynon's shop is right there in Snohomish, Washington with me, and I talked to him on the phone, I didn't quite get a chance to go over and sit down and push buttons on some of their trainers. But I simply went to their website and went to YouTube, and they've got all the great training videos and little short 2 to 10 minute segments you need, that we were able to jump in this airplane, and both Travis and I, who have never flown Dynon, intuitively able to manipulate and use the features of this screen. It's really nice. You got a combination of control panels you can use the touch screen, or you can use the control buttons along the bottom panel, the knobs, the nice feature that'll support your hand while you're doing it. Absolutely great system. It's been really nice. They put a lot of thought into it, a lot of intuitive pilot information without overloading it. You can go from a modern display with flight directors and HSIs to running a traditional 6-pack. So really enjoyed it. Thanks to Dynon for your support of the Alaska Airmen's Association Super 180. We've been enjoying it.
Thank you to Stene Aviation for the great DER engineering work to get this Hartzell Voyager propeller approved on this airplane and engine. I can't say enough about the great titanium landing gear works. The Peepong Beef Up mods, 29-inch Alaska bush wheels rolling on those Parker Cleveland wheels and brakes. This allowed this 180 to track as straight as can be on the ground. Great job to all their companies that supported us.
Everybody, Jughead and Travis here, and we are in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and we were not quite swift enough today, either mentally or physically, to get across the border before it shut down. Of course, the border shut down at 5 o'clock, and we lost 2 hours of time with time zone changes. So that was enough just to make my cranium explode trying to compute all that. And unfortunately, the border stations in Montana that we wanted to go through due to COVID are shut down. Of course, they're open late. But so we did some local training here, enjoyed the beautiful Saskatchewan plains.
That's right.
Yep, plains starting to come together for you.
It is starting to get the feel of it. Got a good teacher. We'll keep on working on it.
She's flying well. Had a great night last night up in Fort St. John, and a few cold drinks, some hockey games. We're gonna take a walk into town to get some exercise after sitting for 3 days. It's about a 4-mile walk, about 92 degrees. And it's actually calm. It's calm in Swift Current, which is kind of crazy. We're checking out the historical signs of the old RAF pilot training base here. So we'll catch everybody later. We'll see you tomorrow when this journey will have the airplane done, hopefully.
Thanks to QMI for the upgraded trim wheel. We dove this airplane pretty fast and that wheel stayed exactly where she needed to be. The lightweight, durable SCS rubber floor mats are perfect for your backcountry airplane.
Well, good morning, everybody. We are, it's about 7:30 in the morning. We're at Swift Current Beach, or Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Had a good night, good meal, and we've got a beautiful day out here. Summertime's morning on the plains. Kind of got our normal wind back, but climbing up to 7,500 feet today. We got about an hour and 50-minute run into Williston. Everything's taken care of. Flight plans are filed. EAA plus custom stuff is ready. We owe one phone call to the customs guy to give him we're taking off. And otherwise, it's gonna be, should be a nice, easy final leg. Get November 9er 3330 and Mr. Travis Wetherelt and his beautiful 180 home. Big thanks again to Alaska Airmen's Association, all the great sponsors. Can't say enough about how comfortable the seats are. I'll show you some video of them later, but really been comfortable seats. Great job up there. All the sponsors' airplanes ran quite well. All the systems are working good. Can't wait till next year. Get my tickets bought, and hopefully maybe we'll bring another one home next year with you. So Jughead and Travis are out. We're enjoying a little coffee and breakfast here on the plains of Saskatchewan before we head for home. See y'all later. All right, so I was telling you about the great sport aircraft seats here, and let's turn this around and take a look at these beauties. We've been in them for about 19 hours by the time the trip is all done, and they have been absolutely so comfortable. Great multi-layer foam, density foam, so firm on the bottom and coming up through a medium and a softer layer. Good edging here, little three-dimensional aspect to it. Just the right amount of lumbar support. Of course, they can modify that for anybody out there. I love the colors. The seat frame's beautiful condition, working well. Just enough of a pouch on the back to hold everything you need. Here's something I really like about them. My seats at home right now, both of these have torn off the sides, and something they have done here is they've reinforced this. It's a three-way, tacked in here with extra heavy leather down to the bottom and here, and that is very nice and firm. Does a great job of holding these BAS seat belts. And let me tell you, if you don't have BAS inertial release shoulder straps in your airplane, then I highly recommend you give them a call down in Enumclaw, Washington, neighbors of ours. Love this. They got a variety of buckles and styles. And here we've got the rotary buckle, which has been really nice and easy to use, comfortable. We had some pretty good turbulence going out through the Yukon, and these things held us really nice. Of course, you got the feature here, just flip this right here and it releases the just the shoulder straps, so you can keep the lap belt tight when you're up in cruise flight. But great job by BAS, providing not only the shoulder straps, but something that's super important when you're trying to push around an airplane, a tail dragger. I have them on my 170, absolutely would not go without them. But the BAS tail pull handles as well, one on each side. Well, folks, you ever wonder what the life of a ferry pilot is like? Sometimes this sums it up. You get a nice recliner from Alaska Bush Wheels, and you wait. Sometimes you wait for weather. Sometimes you wait for fuel. Sometimes you wait for people. Sometimes you wait for government agencies. Today we're waiting for customs. But overall, it's been a great trip. Wonderful airplane to fly. Alaska Airmen's Association Raffle 180, and the new owner, Mr. Travis Wetherelt. He is a great gentleman. I've really enjoyed the last 4 or 5 days flying with him. Getting to see some new country, introducing him to his airplane, showing him some new things about flying not only this airplane but cross country and through the mountains, because he's a fairly low time North Dakota kind of guy. But it's been a lot of fun, and the weather's been good for this trip. Not always the case when you're ferrying some airplanes, but we'll take what we get, we should be done in about 2 hours today, and then unload the airplane and start doing some local training in it. So Jughead is out.
Well, here we are. We're just about to level off at 9,500 feet. We've got this Hartzell prop out there still turning 2,700 RPM. That makes a little bit of noise in the cockpit, but let me tell you, Engineering Precision's PM3000 intercom system has made this trip such a joy. Great, clear, concise sound through the intercom. Good audio control. Really made the trip pleasurable. Reduces the fatigue of the noise, and makes communication between the two pilots so much nicer. So big thanks to them with their airplane, intercom and avionics system, and being a part of the Alaska Airmen's Association 180 giveaway. Thank you very much. Well, here we are, everybody. We are crossing the border. There is Scobie, Montana, which straddles the border. We are 95 miles from having this airplane home back in U.S. airspace, talking to Salt Lake Center.
This is the Scobie, Montana border crossing station. The runway centerline actually straddles the border. Unfortunately, it was closed due to COVID, so we had to keep on going. With Stene Aviation's Sportsman Stole, the Wing X, we could bring this airplane with 30 gallons of fuel across the fence at between 48 and 50 mile an hour. Give Willie a call to see how you can maximize your 180 or your 185's performance. And add some VGs from Micro Aerodynamics and get the absolute most out of that wing. The AirTech Coatings paint job was just incredible.
Well, everybody, the trip is done. We just got done about 3.5 hours of just doing some takeoff and landing work. And Travis nicely. Had several landings that I was not touching the controls at all, including some standard North Dakota gusting. We're 20 to 24 now, so he's making good progress. We put 22.1 hours on the airplane flying it down from Anchorage, including about a little over 4 hours of just practice air work and pattern work along the way and down here. So it's been an absolutely great trip. I'm sorry to see 93330 go, but I'll always be honored to have her in my logbook. Big thank you again to Alaska Airmen's Association and to all the great sponsors that made this airplane work, and now we're taking good care of her here. And Tony, we appreciate it. So you're going to be famous.
All right, thank you.
Overland Aviation here is going to take good care of the girl in the future, and can't wait to come back and shoot some pheasants and fly her some more.
So you're just a pilot.
She was a good waitress, but obviously her attitude about pilots needs to improve. Huge thanks to Alaska Airmen's Association and all the great sponsors that made this airplane what it is today.